Hey everybody, what's up? Happy Sunday. I am so excited to be back with you for another vlog. I am still working on my fall trends in the color olive and greens for fall. This gorgeous dress I have on is part of that series. So stay tuned. It is beautiful. It is midi length. It is so comfortable. I love the high neck. Like, it looks so good. But what I want to talk about in this video is Black women and consumerism. And are we being duped, for lack of a better word? Let's run the intro and then get into the conversation. Yeah, Drake was patting on the back, all the rappers. Hey, what's up? Back again. Okay, thank you so much for hanging out and sticking with me after the intro. My name is LA. I am a plus size fashion content creator. I would love to connect with you on Instagram, TikTok. I love Black women. I love fashion. I love everything about content creation. Well, except for the editing. But let's get into today's topic. Today's topic, as I have a rack of fairly new clothes behind me, is about Black dollars and Black women. There is so much research on Black women and our trends for purchases, how we spend our money, how we are loyal to certain brands, what we share and promote on social sites. And I want to really develop a conversation around, is there a link to consumerism? And I think that a lot of people would love to connect this to we're, achieving more. We're at a higher financial status than we've ever been. We're buying homes, we're educated, we're traveling, we're doing, soft life and luxury traveling. But if we take the rose-colored glasses off, do we truly have a woman who is celebrating with consumerism, or do we have a woman who may still have suffering or do we have a woman that is suffering with low self-esteem? And I'm not saying to look individually. This conversation is about a group, my group. This conversation is about a group. Are you celebrating or are you masking a low self-worth, depression, whatever that may be? Are we a group of people, because we're buying the most? There are Nielsen Research studies, and that's a huge brand. When you say Nielsen Research, that's like government level research. There are huge studies on how Black women spend their money. So when you get Black women loyal to a brand, does that make, does the product actually make you happy? Or is the product being pushed to you to elicit a feeling that is not truly happiness? Because if you look at some of the biggest creators that are Black women, they will push you a product that they are loyal to. Are they truly loyal to their product, or are they paying their bills, creating wealth with that product's marketing money? Do you really need the newest and latest bag? There is a company, a luxury brand that notoriously, I think maybe right after the panoramic, right after the world shut down, a huge celebrity rapper. We don't have to, there's only one huge black celebrity still rapping rapper. A huge black woman said, I've never seen this brand so in tune and connected to black women. And this is, a brand from Italy, been around hundreds of years. Do your brands that you're loyal to, because I've seen the loyalty. It is running deep. Are the brands that you're loyal to, do they really, pardon me. Okay, so if we're going to have the conversation, let's just have the conversation. A few years ago, after the panoramic, what happened was Nicki Minaj made a comment, and she recognized how Dolce and Gabbana had really amped up their marketing towards black women. And she said this, I believe it was like an Apple Music interview she did with, I can't think of the DJ's name, but she's always with him. I can't think of his name. Anyway, so that really sparked something in me. And now we're in this age of TikTok. And TikTok has completely revolutionized shopping, giving any creator the opportunity to be an advertisement or commercial for their products in TikTok shop, which are blowing up. You can't even count the number of products in TikTok shop, and you used to be able to. Now every day there's a new something, from sofas to tennis shoes to makeup, car wash, soaps. I mean, everything, contact lens cleaner, eyeglasses, jewelry, hair, everything you can think of is available in TikTok shop. And what I'm noticing is the biggest creators for TikTok shop that are pushing the most products, or the most kind of fast fashion, are their black female creators, right? Period. The largest percentage of TikTok creator affiliates pushing fast fashion are black female creators. This says something, and we can't ignore what it says. So Nielsen did a study on black women. And I want to read a bit of an article that I will link in the description. It's called, the title of the article, in a finance magazine. And how many finance magazines do you know geared towards us other than Black Enterprise? If you know any, please leave them in the comments. And I really want to have this conversation because let's read this article. I'll tell you the title and pull out some bullets. And then I want to tell you something that I've noticed with our own sweetheart, darling YouTube creators that I absolutely love. The girls that I love. I'm going to tell you what I've noticed. The title of this article is a $300 billion opportunity. I wanted to be quiet to let that sit in. If this was designed for us, that would not be an opportunity. This article is designed to tell other groups of people that there is $300 billion available for you. It almost sounds predatory, But you have to think about the fact that this group of women are labeled the most educated, the highest rate of entrepreneurs, emerging as the best traveled. Black women in the US are being seen as such a huge as an opportunity. So what I want to say is this article's title captured me. Like, wow. A $300 billion opportunity serving the emerging Black American consumer. We've been here a very long time. To be an emerging consumer is wild. Because we're not emerging. We're being pushed consumerism. We're being pushed fast fashion on purpose. Because if you think about, you have a woman who is being beat up by most of society on social media platforms. No protection, always being attacked, always gaslit, told to, dumb down everything about yourselves. So then we say, oh no, we really enjoy everything about us. And then, still without protection, here's like, oh yeah, you deserve this. Self-care. You deserve this $3,000 handbag. Self-care. You deserve that luxury vehicle. It's self-care. Prioritize yourself. Wouldn't prioritizing yourself mean to spend money elsewhere? And I'm not saying that there aren't Black women that aren't doing both. I'm saying for the majority of the group, we're still renting houses. We're still renting penthouses. I mean, we have to be honest about this conversation. And I think that there is something there that maybe I am not the person to really bring up this conversation, but what triggered the conversation for me was the word opportunity in this article. And then I still want to share something with you that really got me going in this. It was like, whoa. It says listen to this. I want you to use your ears and listen to what I'm about to say from this article. There's a big market to be unearthed if companies meet the real needs of Black consumers. Your needs aren't even being met. As a group, your needs are not being met. They know that. That's why you can go on any YouTube for luxury fashion or Black women who are fashion content creators or style or home decor or whatever. In one of their videos, you will see them say, the prices are up, the quality is down. Your needs aren't being met. It says for decades and decades, Black consumers have been regularly overlooked by companies that don't see them as a priority demographic. That's every company. Your money, where you're dropping it off in bags. How many of us were consumed by the new Coaches, the new Coach bags? But if you go on social media, Coach uses the same employee model type in their TikTok and Instagram ads. But every black female content creator that I follow bought the bag or went to Coach looking for the bag and bought the cherry charms. That doesn't show to me. I'm not saying it about these women, but the way we react to things, the way we spend our money in places where they haven't changed a thing, except they're using. They figured it out. They figured it out. And I'm not attacking any creator, any influencer. You like what you like. But if two of them do it, which leads 45, 50, 60,000 of us to do it too, and our needs still aren't being met, people are saying that clearly in these scientific articles. People are saying this in scientific articles. Our needs are still not being met. So if you take 4 or 5 or 6 of the largest black female content creators who bought the Coach bag, and they bought the bag, and I'm talking about retail price minus tax. If they bought the bag and then they bought a charm, let's say they spent $600, and you take 500,000 women based on not actual numbers, but based on their followers and then the percentage of followers they may act on what they see. So if you take those creators and you take 500,000 women and you take $650 for the bag and a charm, $325 million. That's if 500,000 women bought it. Let's say 50,000 women bought it. At $650, $32 million. And your needs aren't being met, sis. And your needs aren't being met. $32 million, and companies are saying, hey, look at them. They're not having their needs met. Maybe you can come out with something that they want to buy or that they really need. We have to talk about black women and consumerism. There has to be a conversation about this. And not only at Nielsen, but on TikTok, on Instagram. And there is blame to pass around. I'm not the one to point a finger. I'm just saying we have to understand what's actually happening. And I don't think we do. I don't think we actually understand what exactly is happening. So nonetheless, here's a sentence from this article. Nonetheless, companies that interpret this data that black households have lower income and wealth, companies that interpret this data as proof there's little profit in serving black consumers are making a big mistake. Dolce & Gabbana understood the money to be made. Coach understood the money to be made. And you can hear it. You can hear it when the girls go outside. When has Tiffany, when has Tiffany, the diamond company, ever marketed to black women? It's not because of DE&I, sis. It's not because of DE&I. I'm sorry to say. This article states we estimate that companies filling these needs could tap into $300 billion of value annually. Hello? They understand your needs aren't even being met, and yet, I'm just saying. Are we looking at women who are truly celebrating their ability to do the things that they've not seen their parents do? Things that have only been exclusive to certain groups? Are you doing this out of celebration and liberation? Or are you doing this because that slave to keeping up with the Joneses, that slave to matching the white female consumer, is driving you to buy these things? Combined spending by all Black households has increased 5% annually over the past 2 decades. It has outpaced the growth of combined spending by white households. Black consumers are younger, more plugged into smartphones, and more brand aware than other groups. The median age of Black Americans is 34, a decade younger than the median age for other Americans. Black consumers are highly digital. They are more likely to own a smartphone and use their phones 12% more than white Americans. They are nearly 3 times more likely than white Americans to expect the brands they use to align with their values and support social causes. I'm going to tell you why your needs aren't being met. No. You are the biggest consumer and you're prey. But our community as a whole, not you individually, sis, our community as a whole, we lack healthcare, we lack broadband internet in 2024. And we lack banking and financial institutions in our clusters of areas. Rental properties are strategically placed in our clusters of areas. You're on the phone more. You're least likely to own a home or property that is beneficial to you and your family. You aren't researching your brands. You don't have your needs being met. And yet you're steady spending. This article even said, the blatant ridiculousness of this conversation is that it says, for these companies, all they need to do is show up. It says sometimes the biggest driver of success in these Black neighborhoods is just showing up. All you gotta do is build it. And Black people are so desperate for things to be built and available there in their neighborhoods that all you gotta do is build it and they'll show up. Being the first to populate relatively empty retail landscapes falls low on the list of priority investments. When what they're saying is that companies should understand that in these deserts, which are usually the inner city, right? They're surrounding downtown. But these companies have it low priority to recognize that these are deserts that they can make a lot of money in. Well, what sparked this for me in my head was the companies that the black influencers were complaining about at fashion shows in New York Fashion Week. These same companies were sending PR to these same influencers, and the influencers were unboxing videos, linking the product, sharing the product. 2 videos before, they were talking about how non-black influencers sit front row at these shows next to Beyonce. You're complaining about not having representation, not having the same or equal treatment, not having opportunities, and yet the company will still send you a product and you'll promote it. 2 videos ahead of that, you said this company was blatantly discriminating against their black influencers because the non-black influencers with smaller following, smaller influence, were front row. We just got to get a hold on where our money is going. Our money is not going in the right place. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying we need to understand exactly how we're seen and stop letting people take advantage of that. We have to put a check on that. We have to check it. And I mean, how many leather bags can you have? How many arms do you have? If you're telling us the quality is diminishing, but the price is going up, and yet you're still pushing the product, I'm concerned. I am truly concerned. I don't want to I'm not targeting anybody again. This is not directed at any influencer, any YouTuber. I'm just saying, as a whole, black women, we're spending a lot of money. We're making companies money that they never could have expected. And they haven't done anything different but market the same product to us. So I just wanted to bring that up. I also saw some other articles that were very, very interesting. 62%, this is from Nielsen, 62% of black women agree that they enjoy wandering a store looking for new, interesting products. Projecting a positive image. And I don't want the importance of this message to be lost on you. I want black women to understand, is there a connection in your consumerism with your esteem, feeling worthy, looking like things are great when things may not be great? And the numbers in this Nielsen Research report are scary. And this is an old report. Black women will propel black spending to $1.5 trillion a year. That's not the $300 billion article. That's for black consumers, a household, including teenagers, children, women, and men. Black women alone, over 18, black females alone, will propel that more than 3 times to 1.5 trillion. I'm sorry, it doesn't sound healthy. I'm sorry, there's nothing about that to brag. There's nothing braggable in that. There's nothing braggable in that. It is absolutely scary AF. That number is scary AF. So, black women, we need to have a real conversation about, are you happy? Do you enjoy the things that you're buying? Or are you continuing to buy thinking that they'll bring you joy? Thank you for hanging out with me. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I'm about to upload my looks, which are all already from my closet. Just a couple new, maybe a few new pieces back there, but not many. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys. I'll be uploading more soon. Have a great night.